Hello and welcome everyone to our weekly Healthy Harrison podcast, a show designed to help you change your state, in particular your state of fitness. I'm Gary Bowden. Our co-host is Amy Haberbosch Wilson. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you.
Amy's executive director of the Harrison County Economic Development Corporation, and she is also vice president of Healthy Harrison. We are streaming this program live on the Healthy Harrison Facebook page, also on the statewide distribution network of our media partner, wbnews.com. Every week at this time, we chat with individuals who are focused on the same mission as Healthy Harrison, that being to foster measurable improvement to the health and well-being of citizens in North Central West Virginia, and particular our local region. Last couple of weeks, I've kind of thrown in my healthy tip, even though I should acknowledge that I am not a certified fitness instructor in any way. I do work out, so it's more Gary's way to enjoy working out. And one of the things I was going to throw out there today is just the word intervals, to change up your workout every now and then. If you normally walk at a moderate pace, go out and walk one day a couple minutes at a moderate pace, and then pick it up for 30-40 seconds and then go back to your moderate pace. Or if you're a jogger, use the same idea, but there's ways to break the monotony of working out if you fall into that rut. And sometimes changing your workout to an interval type workout really can help. Today, we're going to be talking about the Bridge, the new Bridgeport Indoor Sports Complex. Our guests are General Manager Droo Callahan and also Fitness Program Coordinator Lauren Qualls. Droo and Lauren, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
And let me mention a little bit real quick. Droo is a former professional soccer player and manager of a large soccer club and sports complex in Brighton, Michigan. Lauren is a certified fitness instructor, and so I'll let her talk more about interval training. And she's also a personal trainer. She recently moved to the area from Johnson City, Tennessee. Again, welcome to both of you. And I need to adjust my screen here. There we go. Okay. Droo, I'm going to start out with you. And I was kind of laughing when we talked about the Bridge and how it meshes with the goals of Healthy Harrison. It made me think of the infamous Bridge to Nowhere, which was kind of a federal boondoggle. But when it comes to health and fitness, the bridge that you're managing is definitely a bridge to somewhere. Tell me why the Bridgeport Sports Complex was built, why it was important to city officials in Bridgeport.
So about 7 to 10 years ago, West Virginia adopted home rule. And with home rule, the community could levy a 1% sales tax against the businesses in the area. So the council got together and really thought that providing a centralized rec and sport complex would help not only the health and benefits, but also from social aspects, the community of Bridgeport and beyond. So with that, they've kind of passed on to me. This is not a financial thing. We're not under pressure to make enormous amounts of money. We want to break even or do slightly better than. But it's really about bringing the community in and making them feel welcome, getting them active, and participating in different sports and leagues and activities to pull everyone together. And again, with Healthy Harrison, we're working on bringing the school third graders in for field trips to get them active. So we're really trying to be community oriented and think outside the box to get as many people moving as possible.
You came here from a different community to be a part of this. How does it fit your personal vision of what you want to do in managing a facility like this?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't work out, but I love playing games. So we play pickleball here all the time. But personally, I just love being around people. I'm a people person. And so this concept is new to me. I ran a sports complex, which is very intentional. People only come for a specific reason, where this is a rec complex during the week. So it's awesome seeing loads of kids just running around, having fun, playing different games. So I was actually on lunch with my ops director earlier, and we were both talking about how much we just love being around here and just seeing community people participate in different activities.
Mhm.
Lauren, you're the program specialist. What brought you to Bridgeport, and what do you think this facility is going to offer to the young and the old here?
I think that this facility has something to offer for everyone. It is phenomenal. Looking at some of the things that I could see online before the building was even open, I just wanted to be a part of it. With the group fitness classes, especially, we're trying to offer things that can meet someone where they are, no matter where they are. So we have things that are geared more toward the elderly people or beginners in fitness. We also have things that are very high energy, more high impact. And then we also have a good mixture of mind body activities. And so we're trying to just really appeal to the masses. And something like that can get the people in the building to see what else is going on, because there is so much opportunity here.
What about the memberships? What kind of memberships do you have?
We have quite a few different memberships. I actually have a handy dandy sheet here.
Oh, perfect. I know a lot of people are tuning in just to hear what they can sign up for.
I can't even remember all of the different things because it can be age-based. So if you're a youth versus a senior, we have family plans versus individual plans. But the big difference is we have a gold membership and a platinum membership. So the difference between those, the platinum includes the group fitness classes. And then you're also going to get a slight discount for other scheduled programming with the platinum membership. So things that cost an additional fee, you get a little bit of a discount with the platinum membership.
So you don't have to be a member to take some of the classes, or do you?
You can come in and purchase a day pass for $10 and you are a member for the day. And so you do that to come in and take the classes and even just get a feel for what we have to offer, instead of just coming in and saying, I need a membership. I'm going to try out this class. I don't know if I'm going to like it.
I get the question a lot. Do you have to be a Bridgeport resident?
Absolutely not. This is because it's funded through sales tax. Each councilman was asked directly, and they want anybody and everybody to come that wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, I think it was important to get that in there because people sometimes are unsure, and we have such small communities around here. And we try to partner and share when we can. I thought it was really important for people to know that this thing is for the region, not just the city of Bridgeport. And kudos to them for making it available. I mean, everyone should appreciate the fact that that this is a regional opportunity, not just a city of Bridgeport opportunity. Let me real quick, before we go on, mention some of our sponsors that make this podcast possible. They are WVU Medicine, United Hospital Center, the State Journal, WVNews.com, and Interaction Media. Interaction helps us produce the show each week. Drew, it probably did not take you long to learn that West Virginians aren't the healthiest bunch. And of course, that's a focus of Healthy Harrison. Right now, in fact, we have campaigns where we're really laser focused on the obesity issue in West Virginia. Certainly, Healthy Harrison wants to change that situation. What role do you see the bridge playing?
Well, first, I'm not sure if you've been to Michigan, but Michigan's not much better off.
Yeah, we're not the only ones, right?
But obviously, the resource that it brings allows people very easily to get themselves moving, whether like me, if they don't like just working out, they like to participate in activities. But overall, this complex gives people that, like Lauren said, the ability to introduce themselves to activity if they're at a point where obesity has happened. We've talked with several groups in the area about trying to get an insurance program that will help people start a membership to get themselves moving and get active. But I think the complex in totality represents exactly what your guys' mission is just get people out there healthy and active as much as possible.
Right now, I tend to see the Bridgeport Sports Complex as more of a passive operation, in that there's been a lot of publicity during the construction phase, and certainly now that it's completed and people are coming to you to sign up for classes, to be members, to do whatever they want to do there. Are there plans? Is there a vision to be able to take the facility directly to the community in an active way, or are you already doing that?
I'm not sure I totally get what you're asking, in the sense of going other places. We have several programs that are being held in Shinston or Morgantown or Fairmont.
Yeah.
Are part of our
And going out to schools and community groups and saying, hey, this is what we can do for you.
So in working with the school board, one of the things, one of my missions is to try to get, in 6th grade and 7th grade, the kids go to DC or all these other places. So we're going to target the elementary kids and try to get, instead of taking it to them, get them to come here so they can enjoy the clip and climb or play sports on the turf area or swim. So we're trying to do both, go out in the community, but also bring people in.
How long have you been open?
Our first tournament was held May 24th, and we opened to the members on June 9th.
And can I ask how you're doing so far as membership and goals that you've hit?
The plan was to have about 200 to 225 members. When I got here, that's what the numbers that were put in front of me. We have over 1,300 members.
Wow. Okay.
That's the account, but in total memberships, there's probably 2,800 or more.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So we are already working with council to expand our fitness footprint.
Let me
Lauren,
go ahead, Amy.
No, I was going to throw one to Lauren. I wanted her to explain some of the departments and what their focus are going to be in the early days. I mean, which are right now as far as operation.
As far as the departments go, so we have sport, we have those activities, we have the different leagues and those things. We have aquatics in-house, which is like awesome, and that's a whole different world in and of itself. We have, like our food and beverage and clip and climb and all those things that are just another notch in the belt. And then we have fitness. So we've got a lot going on all in one building.
Oh, absolutely. So many departments. And now you're saying with the membership and then going back to council. So looking at expanding those existing departments, adding different departments, additional buildings.
Specifically adding on for the fitness area.
Okay.
Right now we have a lot of equipment. We're very, very fortunate. We have an awesome amount of space, but we could use so much more. And so hopefully we're going to be able to move like our cardio equipment, just as an example, have a separate cardio day, like that's just a designated space for that. We're tossing around different ideas how that's going to look. Right now we have one group studio or group exercise studio room. Hopefully we'll have 2.
Well, these are great results for Healthy Harrison. I mean, I will say, we're pushing. I know, Gary, you said, we're at the bottom for numbers and we're not the healthiest, but then you bring something like this in and you look at those numbers of the need for this and how many people want to be involved. Those are amazing numbers. Yeah. Gary, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Well, let me jump in and let me remind viewers too that doing this via internet, sometimes we're trying not to step on each other. Everyone, including our guests, is trying to be very polite. So if you hear or see a little bit of a lull, it's because we're trying to make sure we're not talking over the top of each other. We might be missing the obvious. We have mentioned aquatics and fitness and a few other things. I'll throw this out to both of you. Maybe you can share it. Take us through what you can do at the center. What all is available there for people of varied interests?
So probably start with memberships. Members are, when spaces are not being utilized for specific programs, they can come in and use them for whatever they want to do. So we'll have kids up there playing soccer randomly during the day, or playing basketball or pickleball or volleyball. Then we get into our programming, which is specifically designed to have people join a league or join a class. So we have Little Trolls program that starts at 2 years old in a variety of sports, soccer and baseball. And then we go all the way up to plus 35 basketball, volleyball, soccer leagues for adults. And then we have specialty classes and camps. So your higher level athlete, swim lessons for aquatics. And then I'll let her talk about some of the other components over in the fitness area.
So right now, we were just fortunate enough to get some time in the pool because there have been so many children here with camps and with swim lessons and things like that going on. So we have one water aerobics class going on right now, and then the rest of our fitness classes go on in the upstairs fitness area. But we're hoping to get into the turf space with some of that work, maybe even take some classes outside. We're going to try and get really creative with it and use as much space as we can and appeal to as many people as we can.
Can you get a personal trainer?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
did you mention that and I missed it? Or
Thank you. So we do have personal trainers on staff.
Okay,
and
cool.
people are actually really taking advantage of that. We weren't sure how well received that would be because that is an additional fee. Membership does not cover the cost of personal training. And that one-on-one attention, sometimes people want it, but then it's, how valuable or how much are they going to take that knowledge and then use it and better themselves? And so we're seeing a huge interest. People are really taking advantage of it, and our trainers are thriving. They're doing great. They're really taking it into their hands and building their schedules, and it's going well for us.
I know one thing seniors like is a place where they can walk when the weather gets colder and nasty. You have a walking trail, right? Or
it's actually important on both sides. Some days it's too hot.
Well, very true. Very true.
And the surface.
I still jog a little bit at 71, and boy, you can't go out you got to go out at like 6 or 8 o'clock in the morning or you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the surface is very forgiving. And we're hearing a lot of good things about that. Obviously, a lot of people are used to walking on asphalt or concrete or, whatever it may be, maybe even gravel every once in a while. Our surface is flat, obviously, so no gravel, slip, trip, fall hazards. But it also has a nice bounce to it. So it's designed to alleviate some of that joint discomfort that you might find with the repeated step motion. And they are loving it.
And it's, I believe it's elevated, isn't it? So you can actually watch some of the activities going on down below.
It's open air, so you actually circle the entire basketball, volleyball, the 6-court area downstairs, and then take a trip with me. You walk around the backside and you can see over windows down straight into the pool. So it's the best view of the pool in the house, waterfront, okay? And then on the other side, it circles right by the turf. So you literally know almost everything that's going on in the whole building, like one lap around, quarter-mile loop, and you've seen it all.
We could take you on a Zoom tour if you want.
that would be great. Yes.
We may come back for that. And you just answered my question, Lauren. I was going to ask how long is it actually? And it is about a quarter mile?
Yes, sir. So there is a big loop that goes around the outside. That's right at a quarter mile. And then there's a smaller loop that it connects in and it overlaps mostly with the big loop, but it cuts across a little bit and it just circles the court area. And that measures at about 0.16.
Okay. That's great. Yeah. Let me again, real quick, mention our sponsors: WVU Medicine, United Hospital Center, the State Journal, WVNews.com, and Interaction Media. Also West Virginia University. They all help us put this podcast on every week, and we always appreciate their help. Droo, most of what we've heard and read about the bridge is an indoor complex, but I have read recently that there's money being allocated for outdoor fields now too, correct?
Yeah, there's two things happening outdoor. One, starting in 2022, the Bridge Sports Complex is going to be united with the Bridgeport Sports Complex, which includes the baseball fields and the soccer field.
I was going to ask. Okay, I was going to ask about the link between that. Okay.
Yeah, and then starting this fall, we're putting in a full-size synthetic field behind the building, which will be able to be utilized for soccer, lacrosse, baseball, softball. So it would be a really good asset. And then moving forward, our plan is to get 6 to 9 additional turf fields on the complex before we're done.
Obviously, it would follow that this is going to play a role in the city's effort to promote sports tourism.
Yeah, so Andrew Kurtz and I have worked, he's the business development coordinator. We've worked on 2022, and we have probably about 25 events planned for 2022 of groups coming in and renting our facility to run a basketball or a volleyball tournament. So to follow what the mission of the council was, it's really not, again, for us to be lucrative or making money.
Right.
I want to add additional resources, but we want Buffalo Wild Wings and Mia Margaritas and all the people that have worked hard to create businesses here to be the real benefactors.
Yeah, well, I will get the economic development plug that I usually do for the companies that are coming here. This is a huge asset for us, a huge asset for North Central West Virginia. I'm sure you have more people driving in that are just Bridgeport, Harrison County, even countywide, coming in. And we can use this for companies when we market Harrison County, and we do hit those numbers of West Virginia being, very unhealthy. We can say, this is what we have. This is what we're doing to combat some of these issues and some of these numbers, to let these companies and the workforce and the population know that this is a huge asset for us, and this is what we're doing to change it.
One of the groups that was oddly excited about this happening was UHC. They want to use it to attract better doctors and showcase the community. So they were very excited to be able to give potential suitors tours through here.
Which is great. Great. Yeah, they're one of our members as well. It's quality of life.
Yeah.
I'm also hearing that people that still have gym memberships, they're not doing away with their gym memberships. They're doing this in addition to. Are you seeing a lot of that as well?
I think that's largely the case. A lot of people are looking at this as a rec center for their kids. So they may not even come to work out. As I said before, we have a lot of members, but they're not necessarily here. So to get the discount on programming and other things. So I think it will be used for a lot of different things, but I think you're 100% right.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
I was just saying, I think Amy's right about people keeping memberships at other gyms as well as here.
Yeah. Has the fact that you've grown so big so quickly created challenges for you?
We have no challenges.
A true optimist, yeah.
No, every day there's a challenge here or there, and a lot of it's the remnants of the building. So Ethernet cords or internet or Wi-Fi. In terms of the customer, they've been great. So with respects to customer challenges, we haven't had many, but the pool opening late and some of the other things have been a little bit more difficult.
Well, I would be curious. I know, again, we talk about the numbers. The state of West Virginia has certain numbers of where we rank. I'd be curious to see what our rankings are just in North Central, and then measure those again after something like this opens, after we continue 2 or 3 years and with Healthy Harrison programs, because you're going to see a huge difference. We already do. So kudos to both of you for moving here.
What's the early feedback from the mayor and city council? I mean, obviously they've invested a lot of time and a lot of money. They've got to be pretty pleased.
I would say largely that they've been very pleased with how things have gone. Again, the membership and the footprint that we have for fitness is probably our biggest challenge that we're trying to work through, so that we have the facility that the members want. And it is oddly a weird thing that space was, there's a 10,000 square foot area in the back of this building that was kind of not marked for anything. And it really became a luxury because now we can sit and watch how the members use the facility and then adapt that so that we can increase aspects that they want more.
What are both of your goals now? You know, you're open, you've clearly hit your numbers. Do you each have certain goals that you're reaching now within the first 6 months, first year, that you'd like to see happen?
With respect to me, you're looking at the financial side of the whole building, and then any money that is unused or allocated for future improvements would be rolled over into future construction. So if we can be, I'm not going to say frugal, but if we can do a good job fiscally, then we can start to add those outdoor resources for the community as well.
Great.
The programming opportunities seem really broad. Has anybody come to you yet and said, why aren't you doing this?
Every day.
Really? Is that right? Okay.
What about this? This is a great idea. Have you ever considered this? Well, yes, yes, and yes, and we're working on most of it.
Okay.
It's usually the answer. As far as goals go, for me, I want to make sure that the things that we are providing are what the members want. And so it's going to be a lot of, reports and statistics on class participation, because the things that are included with the membership, we want them to utilize those things. And if it's not the right class at the right time, they're not going to be motivated to use those classes. And those classes can encourage you to learn more and then get excited and then want to use more things in the facility.
Right.
So that's going to be my biggest focus, just trying to find the right instructors and the right trainers to provide the right service at the right time for the members.
Has that been an issue? Have you been able to, I never thought about the instructors, being able to find those here, train them?
We have found some wonderful, wonderful people. It's, getting, just like anywhere else, it's going to be reaching out and with some of the local facilities that are already established and just making contacts. Coming in, I didn't have my network from back home. So it's just kind of like, reaching out and trying to find those people. There has not been a facility like this here. So there wasn't a huge reason for everybody and their mother to be to teach X, Y, and Z. So we're getting it.
Let's go back to the connection with Healthy Harrison. Do we have something here that is going to really help us address the great need for better fitness, better nutrition, more exercise? Is this going to be the answer, or certainly a big part of it?
I'd say yes.
I didn't ask you, Amy. That's right.
Yes, we'll repeat.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably an obvious.
The more apt people are to do anything. And this place, it's shiny, it's new. If that's not enough motivation to get you here, then I don't know what would be. But then once you're here, we have so many different things to get excited about and to learn about. It's not a chore. It's a luxury.
Can people stop at any time and get a little tour of the facility?
Yes, absolutely. We love showing this place off.
Yeah. Well, I bet people are pretty amazed too.
You get a lot of this.
Yeah. The wow factor.
Like, you can't help it. I'm an adult, but I became very childlike whenever I got to see this place for the first time.
And
Did the same.
Go ahead, Amy.
No, I did the same. I was fortunate enough to have a tour before you opened, and the questions that we had, even for my board, the colors, just how everything changes as you go through. It's not consistent, which is nice. So if you're in one area, you feel like you're in a completely different building, and so you're not going to get bored. Beautiful facility.
we're short on time. You both are well aware now that Bridgeport is certainly not a huge metropolitan community. I know Johnson City is quite a bit larger than Bridgeport, West Virginia. I'm not sure about some of the places where you've been or the size of Brighton, Michigan, Droo, but did it somewhat surprise you that Bridgeport, West Virginia has a facility like this?
Very much so. When I was proposed the idea of this moving to this community, we were doing some research and really struggled to understand how they were doing it. I didn't know much about home rule at the time.
Yeah.
And what I came from was a private world, which was much different. So this has been a nice start to a really cool project. But yes, I was very surprised.
Lauren?
We
I
welcome
turned
both
in
of you.
my Notice.
Go ahead.
I turned in my notice at my last job, and my boss is like, "Oh no, whatever." And then she came back to me like an hour later, and she was like, "Did you know the population there is this? And I don't think
Yeah.
that this is real." And I was like, "Okay, but I mean, I don't really understand it, but it is. Thank you for your concern." She's like, "You don't need to leave. This is not, it can't be that nice." And I was like, "I don't know."
Do you
Okay,
both like it though?
The facility or the area?
Yeah, the area being here. I'm sure you're missing things, lacking things, but overall.
So I'll be very honest with you. The first 6 months was horrible. I have 4 kids, and there was COVID, no school, no soccer,
Oh,
in a rental. But now they love it. We all enjoy it very, very much.
Good. Well, we're delighted that you're both a part of the community and that you've had such early success. I've been fascinated by it since they first started talking about it in Bridgeport, and frankly, somewhat remiss in that I have not been inside yet. I have been over. I made it a point to go over there and look at it during the construction phase because I was excited for our area. So I've kind of followed the development of it, but I am due to get over there to do the wow tour, as you refer to it.
You'll have to do the rock
Lauren.
climbing wall, Gary.
What's that?
You'll have to get you on the rock climbing
Oh,
wall.
I'm up for anything. I'll gladly.
There you go.
I'll swim a few laps. I'll run around the little walking loop, whatever it takes. But anyway, thanks to both of you. It's nice to chat with you both. I look forward to meeting you both in person and appreciate what you're doing for our community and certainly the link you're providing for the work that Amy and I do and the rest of the board with Healthy Harrison. I don't think it could be a better combination, Amy.
No, I agree. Welcome you both. Thank you.
And thanks to all of you for joining us today for our Healthy Harrison podcast. It's our goal to change your state of mind and ultimately change the state of health here and throughout the entire state of West Virginia. If you want more help right now, visit healthyharrison.org or visit Healthy Harrison's Facebook page. Give us a like and you'll find lots of support. You can stream past episodes of our podcasts on the Healthy Harrison Facebook page. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, WVU Medicine, United Hospital Center, West Virginia University, the State Journal, WVNews.com, and Interaction Media. On behalf of our entire board of Healthy Harrison, Amy and I would like to thank you for joining us. Again, thanks to our 2 guests. And next Friday, let me tell you that Brock Malcolm and Amy will be your hosts and will be joining you same time on Friday to talk about the Downtown Clarksburg Health Games project, or the follow-up to Downtown Clarksburg's Health Games presentation. So until next Friday, I hope you have a great week. Thank you for joining us again and take care.
Bye-bye.